Let's talk about this guy.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
And this guy.
Yeah, I'm still a pretty private person.
The great Jack White. While Trump continues to tick off so many artists and the families of artists by playing their music when they say, don't do it, they wish he didn't, Jack White has chosen to go on offense almost immediately. And I'm going to tell you why. Say hello to Margo Martin, Donald Trump's deputy communications chief. A bit of her background. Martin has worked with him in the past. She was a press assistant at the White House while Trump was president, an experience she described positively on social media, claiming it, quote, gave my life immeasurable purpose and happiness. Martin has maintained her working relationship with Trump despite the stumbles he has had, including the loss of the presidency, legal troubles, yada, yada. Now, one would think Martin, okay, again, who serves as a comms director, would know a thing or two about using someone's music without their consent. Well, from Variety on Thursday, Jack White uploaded the original video from Martin's Twitter account, where she posted a now deleted video of Trump walking onto a jet, a private jet, with Seven Nation Army playing over the video. Okay. Now, White would reply underneath Martin's post the following: "Don't even think about using my music, you fascist." Oh, damn. Lawsuit coming from my lawyers about this. Add to your 5,000 others. And as long as I'm here, a double F you Don Old for insulting our nation's veterans at Arlington, you scum. You should lose every military family's vote immediately from that, if anything makes sense anymore, if unaware.
Additionally, we're learning about an incident that took place when former President Trump visited Arlington National Cemetery for a wreath-laying ceremony on Monday. NPR was the first to report that two Trump campaign staffers had a confrontation with a cemetery official who tried to prevent them from filming. Trump campaign spokesman Stephen Chung denied portions of the report, saying that no physical altercation occurred, adding that the campaign would be willing to release footage, but that an official had tried to physically block members of the former president's team during the cemetery. Arlington National Cemetery later put out a statement confirming an incident took place and a report had been filed. The statement reads in part this way: federal law prohibits political campaign or election-related activities within Army National Military Cemeteries to include photographers, content creators, or any other persons attending for purposes or in direct support of a partisan political candidate's campaign.
The section where Team Trump did their illegal photo op at Arlington Cemetery, Section 60, is where service members killed in Afghanistan and Iraq are buried. One of those brave service members buried in Section 60 is Army Captain Humayun Khan, who was awarded a Bronze Star after being killed in Iraq in 2004. As a Gold Star father, how did you process what Donald Trump and his team did, abusing, apparently shoving an Arlington National Cemetery employee, a woman, and then calling her a liar and questioning her mental stability?
Joy, we are frequent visitors of Arlington Cemetery. We are there every Memorial Day, Veterans Day, during holidays. The staff there is so courteous and professional. For many, many years since Captain Humayun Khan was buried, we had been visiting and we had been interacting with this staff. And to see this was disgusting by Trump, but not surprising because of his behavior, because of his contempt for our heroes, for our veterans, for our military families.
Now, to be clear, White wouldn't just write his response. As stated previously, he actually screen recorded the original from Martin and posted her video on his Instagram to show what she did and why it is completely unacceptable. White is not alone, though. From the Tennessean, the use of the Foo Fighters song My Hero at a recent rally has been the source of a recent dispute between the Trump campaign and frontman Dave Grohl. The song, which played on Friday, August 23rd, in the state of Arizona, Glendale to be exact, to welcome literally no surprise at all, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s endorsement of him was used without the permission of the Foo Fighters per the band. The Trump campaign would argue they had a license to play the song from BMI's Song View service. Dave Grohl, though, has said any royalties from the unauthorized use of the song would be paid to the Harrison Walls campaign. So a double FU. There's more. Deadline would write, Celine Dion's team publicly rejected the Trump campaign's use of the singer's My Heart Will Go On during a rally as well. They'd say in no way is this use authorized, and Celine does not endorse this or any similar use. So that was on August 10th. Adam Graham would have more. White is one of several artists who have objected to or have threatened legal action against Trump and his team for what they say is unauthorized use of their tunes. That list includes Beyonce, Bruce Springsteen, and Prince, who have raised a flag about their songs being used in promotional material or campaign events for Donald Trump. He'd add, it's not the first time White has publicly called out Trump in 2022. White pulled his record label, Third Man Records, off of Twitter after Elon Musk allowed Trump to return to the platform. In 2016, Third Man sold tees with the phrase Icky Thump, a reference to the White Stripes' 2007 album, also a great song, Icky Thump. So here's what I see with all of this. I like that Jack White has called Donald Trump what he is, which is a complete fascist. I love that he is wasting no time in saying that a lawsuit is coming. I suppose I pivot to this. Why over and over again does the Trump team, why does the Trump team truly believe that they could just get away with this? Like it's fascinating to me. It's truly fascinating. And Jack White, of all people, who has, said things such as this.
How comfortable are you with modern America right now? Trump's America?
Yeah, it's pretty depressing. I mean, I actually made a rule to stop watching the news because I just can't take it anymore. It was almost like waking up every morning. You knew if you turned on CNN, the word Trump will be on the screen, and it'll be, what has he done now, while you're having your morning coffee. And spend the rest of the day, did you see what he did now? Did you hear what he did now? And now it became this, like, after about 2 years, sort of like, I've given this guy 2 years of my life, basically. Every morning I've woken up and given this idiot my whole day. And it's America's fault for the Electoral College. I think people don't even realize how much of it is that is the problem, is the Electoral College made this happen, but nobody wants to acknowledge that, admit it, and change it. And the people who couldn't change it were brought into power because of the Electoral College, so they're not going to change it because it's going to make them get reelected next time.
And this,
because your music isn't overtly political, but one of the things you have written about is immigration.
Yeah.
Why was that the exception, if you like?
I think that it's just like it's like the hypocrisy of people who, want people to clean their houses and mow their lawns, but they don't want to speak to them or something like that. It's just sort of an ancient hypocrisy that, kick all these foreigners out. The whole country is made of foreigners. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
You really thought that guy would let it slide? The guy who barely is out in public unless he's mean mugging people at a Cubs game or at a UFC event. I mean, what were they thinking? Well, I suppose we conclude they weren't. They weren't thinking at all. I'd like more of this from Jack White, not just in his songs, but of course, where his new album is fantastic, by the way, but also in more interviews. And I welcome him anytime that he would like to give it, because I know that there are a lot of thoughts that we likely share and mutually feel as it pertains to politics in the United States of America.
If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.